Somebody come look at this. Come look at this. I can't make it up. Gervonta Tank Davis is in the news again for yet another DV. Okay. What's up, boxing world? This is Raw Boxing Magic. We back, and it's a movie. So, Tank, he just can't stay out of trouble. It seems like he can't keep his hands off of females. Not saying that it's true. But when a reoccurring theme keeps taking place in your life, one on the outside looking in would say, well, hey, it may be some truth to this. Because we're not just getting hearsay now. We've seen footage of him grabbing a girl up and, you know, dragging her or doing whatever he was doing and just being rough with her in public, right? And now they're saying that the U.S. Marshals are involved and they have an arrest warrant out for Tank. And they have footage from said club that he supposedly assaulted this woman at. Right? So this is not just someone accusing him of something. We have footage that is evidence. And guess what? When they coming for you, they're not just going to come and go get the U.S. Marshals if they don't think they have a lot of evidence on you. Because the U.S. Marshals are for particular actions. You know, when it comes to fugitives and things like that, they're specifically trained, and that's their expertise, is to find these people and ally themselves with other police forces to bring these people to justice. Now, I understand this because I've been in a situation where I've been a fugitive. And not saying I was guilty of what they were coming after me for, but I know how they move and I know how they work and how they were able to track me down. So what I'm saying is, and it wasn't for abusing a woman. Let me just say that. What I'm going to do is go into the fact that a lot of people look at Tank Davis as their hero, right? They look at Tank Davis as their hero, and they look down on guys like Devin Haney, who stays out of the news, stays out of trouble. I know he got into a little scuffle at the carnival or whatever, but for the most part, you know, we've never known Devin Haney to drink, smoke, and partake in all of these things. You can go to the club, that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that, as long as you don't live there. You know, look at what happened with Adrian Broner. Look at what happened with Errol Spence. Look at what was happening with Gervonta Tank Davis, and it seemed like he turned over a new leaf. And you know what I mean? He started cutting weight effectively. He stopped blowing up in weight, you know, on his off times, and it seemed like he was getting himself together. But now you have situations that he just came back from, like the hit and run situation. We've seen footage of him mishandling one of his child's mothers. And now there's footage out of him supposedly dragging this girl down the steps to the parking garage. And now he's being charged with false imprisonment, assault. I forget the other charges. But it's not looking good. Especially when it's looking like you're a repeat offender of the same thing. And it's always dealing with a female. Right? That's why I really don't have no cut cards when it comes to Tank. I'm from Baltimore. I want nothing else but to love this fighter and respect him for who he is and what he brings to the city and what he just stands for as far as a person coming from poverty to becoming rich and successful. I want the best for him. I'm not praying on his downfall at all. That ain't even my body. That ain't how I move. That ain't my temperature. But what I'm saying is, you're dealing with a person who just cannot dodge the stupidity, cannot dodge the trouble. But it's like we praise guys that continue to do the wrong thing, but we hate the guys that are doing all the right things. It just gives me a very, very good snapshot of the times in the world that we live in the perception of the people. Everybody is super hardened. Probably has a lot to do with social media. You know, nothing really bothers you anymore. You see violence, you see this. It's like, you know, we're rooting for the bad guy at the end of the day. And the good guy he doesn't get the praise. You know, so I've said it before, you know, Tank, he got like a lot of and he got some feminine traits. Maybe that's why he keeps clashing with these females, man. Cause he a little bit on the diva side. I'm gonna say that. I ain't even gonna say zest. I was gonna say zest, but I'm gonna say on the diva side. Like he just, you know, he come off like that. And what I'm saying is something has to be done to where people look at it for what it truly is. Now, again, I wish him all the best in this situation. I hope he pulls through the situation. But they're saying that it's film of him doing this, and I can't co-sign that. I can't stand by that. You know what I'm saying? Like he's never had a case for slapping a male, for hurting a man. It's always females. It's always females. That should show you something. I love Tank as a boxer. He's entertaining. He gets the knockouts that people want to see. He hasn't accomplished a whole bunch in the sport of boxing, but you know, he's rich. You know, I'm sure him and his family is good, right? But this is just nasty, ugly work, man. This is nasty, nasty work. And they talking about him coming back to fight Pacquiao or this person or that person. He got a lot to deal with, bro. I don't know if he turned himself in as of this recording yet, but turn yourself in, man. Get it over with. I mean, unless you're going to flee the country, I don't think it's that bad. I don't think you're going to get if you do any time, I don't think Tank is going to get a bunch of time. Like, I don't know, though, because some of these judges might want to make an example of you. Maybe you might get the wrong female judge, because all of these occurrences are happening to females. So I want to see y'all get behind this. I want to see what all y'all riding coattails. I want to see what y'all say about this shit. Boxing ego. You heard me. Boxing ego and them. Like, now you just want to, and all these guys gonna turn on you, Tank. All of them. All these D-riders, they gonna turn as soon as it look a certain type of way. We got a lot of things backwards, yo. How we look at life, morality, what's right. You know what I mean? What is love, righteousness? What about all these things? It's null and void in the system that we live in today. But by now, y'all should know my temperature. I don't do no faking or no frauding. That ain't my texture. But I love y'all.
You're an abomination. An outrage against nature.
So you know what?